Back to our initial question. What is truth? What is a true descriptive sentence or a true proposition? When we ask a question like this, then before trying to answer it, it is helpful to pause for a second and to think about what kind of answer we would find acceptable at all. Suppose that I already understand the terms biological father of and biological mother of, but I do not know what a biological grandfather is. So I ask you, what is grandfatherhood? What is a grandfather? Ideally, in order to answer my question, you would state a definition of the term grandfather of on the basis of terms that I do already understand. For instance, you might say, for all x, for all z, x is a grandfather of z if and only if, case 1, there is a y such that x is the father of y and y is the father of z. Or, case 2, there is a y such that x is the father of y and y is the mother of z. 1 and 2 correspond to two different cases. According to the first case, x is a grandfather of z if x is the father of someone who is the father of z. According to the second case, x is a grandfather of z if x is the father of someone who is the mother of z. Grandfatherhood consists in either of these cases being satisfied. As long as I understand the terms father of and mother of, as well as all the logical symbols involved, such as there is, and the like, this will count as a successful answer to my question. Once I'm told this definition, I do know what a grandfather is. Of course, this does not mean that I would know now of every two people in the world whether the one is the grandfather of the other. In order to know that, I would have to acquire a lot of empirical knowledge. I would need to travel, check birth certificates, ask around, make genetic tests, and so on. Not typically philosophical work. But that had not been the question anyway. The question wasn't, who is grandfather of whom? The question was, what is a grandfather? And by determining under what conditions someone counts as a grandfather of someone else, the definition above made the meaning of the term grandfather of perfectly clear to me. Unlike truth, grandfatherhood is not a concept that is particularly interesting to philosophers, but we might still expect a similar kind of answer to the question, what is truth, as to the question, what is grandfatherhood? That is, ideally, one would state a definition of the term true, of the truth predicate, on the basis of other terms that we do already understand. The qualification that we do already understand is quite crucial here. For instance, assume that someone proposes the following answer to our main question. What is truth? It is correspondence with reality. A sentence or proposition is true if and only if it corresponds to reality. There is some philosophical pedigree to this answer, though it is not so easy to tell who exactly in the philosophical tradition held this view. In any case, its guiding idea does look quite appealing. The descriptive sentence, snow is white, is true. Why? It describes reality as it is. Well, for clean snow anyway. The sentence corresponds to reality. The only problem is that the meaning of the term corresponds to is not clear enough. What does it mean for a sentence to correspond to reality? In what respect does it correspond? If it does, to what thing exactly does the sentence correspond? To reality as a whole or to a part of reality? And if so, to what part? If anything, we seem to understand the term true better than the term corresponds to, which is why it does not seem to be particularly helpful to define truth in terms of correspondence. Can we define truth in terms of more familiar expressions? Expressions which we do understand well already?